Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to today's episode of the Berel Solomon Show. Ladies and gentlemen, today we have a very, very special show inspired by you. How to choose a winning company to work for. I see so many of my friends going out there into the job market, into the world, whether it's their first job straight out of university, or whether it's their family business, or whether it's they're switching careers in the middle of their career. Everybody's an entrepreneur at the end of the day. Every single day that you walk out of your house and you go to work and you put on your suit and tie, or you put on whatever it is, you're an entrepreneur, you're working for yourself. And guess what? You have one client, which is the company you work for. You are giving the company that you work for services, your time, your energy, your expertise. So I want to teach how to choose an incredible company to work for so we could finally get wealthy together and stop making silly mistakes and stop wasting precious, valuable days, months, and years and decades of our lives. So let's jump right into it, ladies and gentlemen. The first most important thing when you go work for a company is follow the money. What do I mean by this? I see so many venture-backed startups today that they found some sucker who had a lot of real estate to throw $500,000 at their idea, their concept, and that's how they started their company. I want to make a very bold statement. This company, Wealthy Commercials, was started with absolutely $0 from any capital funding whatsoever, not from the banks, not from my family, not from my friends, not from my in-laws, not some sucker that I convinced. My financing comes from one source and one source only, God, of course, but my customers. My customers finance this business. I've always had a business principle whenever I was in any business, which was there could be no government subsidies or could not rely on a third party form of subsidizing the income or the revenue of the business in order to go into that business. Let me give you an example. My father's business, I remember, we're thinking about going into the electronic recycling business, and the whole scheme of that business was the government subsidizes a few dollars per item that you recycle. So if you recycle one phone, the government will give you a couple dollars. If you recycle a computer, the government will give you, let's say, $5. And the profitability of the company was based on whether or not the government was subsidizing the business or not. That was something that we opted out for right away, because at any moment the government can change their decision, they can change their mind, and there goes our financing, and there goes our profitability. I always want, when I go into a business, when I go into a company, that company should be profitable and there should be a clear path to victory. Number one rule to choosing a good company, make sure they could pay you, all right? Good advice. 2, follow the leader. What do I mean by that? If there's weak leadership in the company, you could guarantee that that's going to be a weak company. If you're following a guy that is totally spaced out and lives in a world of ideas and concepts, but there's no action, and the guy barely makes sense when you speak for him, run for the hills, because your future is directly linked to that lady or gentleman. And it's a big problem. The leader leads the entire company, leads the entire situation. If that person's a quack, you could bet your bottom dollar that is going to translate along the entire company. So you better grill and screen the owner and the leader of that company, because ultimately that will trickle down into the entire company. You want to make sure he's a good person, a good heart, understanding, good soul, is a good businessman first and foremost, because again, your future is directly, I can't say this more, ladies and gentlemen, your future is directly related to the leader of the company that you are working at, the owner of the company. You want to make sure the person's stable, visionary, knows what the heck they're doing. By the way, Wealthy Commercials is hiring. I would just like to put a plug. We're hiring everything here. When I see talent, I hire it, whether I need it or not. When I see great people, I'll hire them on the spot. All right? We pay our people properly. We pay them well. We're looking for saleswomen, salesmen. We're looking for leaders. We're looking for project managers, editors, videographers. You name it. You got it. You think you're great. Send me a 1-minute video of yourself. I want to see it. And if you are great, we just might hire you. All right, number 3, concepts versus reality. Again, this goes back to the venture capital fund. I don't care about concepts. I don't care about ideas. In the world of business, whether you like it or not, we are playing a game. And the scoreboard on the wall is not how many goals you had, is not how many touchdowns you had. How much money does the company make? Concepts are nothing. Execution is everything. I don't care about making the world a better place when it comes to business. I care about making my life a better life, my people that work for me a better life for them and for their families and for their communities. And the only way that you're going to do that is based on reality. When you're at work, It's not a land of concepts. It's not a land of teddy bear and feel good. I mean, you don't have to work for a dictator. You don't have to work in a horrible, torture chamber. But at the end of the day, money has to come into the equation. I see so many people going to go work for these idealistic companies. They won't be in business. I can guarantee it. If there is no fuel for the car, it's not going anywhere. You got to have a clear tie to reality. No more concepts, ladies and gentlemen. Reality is what we want. Work for money, get fulfillment from volunteering. I see so many people out there, again, it goes back to the altruistic thing. They just want to they just want to be free, they want the freedom, work is hard, all right? Work is really, really hard. I come into my office every day. A lot of people think that starting their own business, all of a sudden, they're going to have everything they want and life is going to be great and they're going to post on Instagram, they're going to be stars posing in front of Ferrari. It's really hard. There's so many decisions. You have to hire, you have to fire, you have to make sure that everybody's getting paid, you have to bring contracts in, you have to redesign, reinvent. Every single day, it's a nightmare. It really is. A lot of people think that you're going to start your own business and all of a sudden you're going to have all your fulfillment, you're going to be fulfilled and it's going to be so fulfilling. Gotta tell you, there's a lot of misery that comes with it. You gotta have the stomach for it, you gotta have the energy for it, you have to have the stamina for it, you have to be stupid enough to go and do it. When people say I want to be fulfilled at work, find a great place to work at. You don't have to start your own business to be fulfilled at work. Find a great place to work at, find a great leader to work for, find a place where there's plenty of money to go around and that's never going to be the question. Find a great place. And you want fulfillment, go volunteer at your local soup kitchen after work to feel fulfilled. Go mentor your kids' little league baseball team if you need to feel like a leader. But don't go start your own business because you want to be fulfilled. You're going to be miserable, I'm telling you. The only reason that I was able to start Wealthy Commercials in a year and a half, and I'm very humble about this, is that I watched my father since on his lap. Everything I do is pretty much I just learned from him. I went to university in business by watching him. I didn't go to university. I watched him do it. So when I came into this business, I knew exactly what had to be done. Get your fulfillment, get it from other places. Find a great company to work for. And you know what? When you're going to find a great company, you're going to be surprised. You'll be really fulfilled there and focus on your strengths and be good at what you do. All right, last point, don't be a fool. When you have done something for years, and not only are you not going forward, but you're going backwards, look at your current situation, bounce it off trusted advisors, and if the thing is not working, cut your losses. And by the way, that doesn't mean don't give up. It's very, very different. When I say don't give up, I mean like in Wealthy Commercials, for example, we have very tough days, but at least there's some sort of track record of success. There's some sort of something to show for ourselves. But there's so many people out there that are just hanging on because they want for the principle that I didn't give up. Well, guess what? When you're not feeding your family, when you're not taking care of the people who are around you, when you're not being good, when you're not achieving your potential, and really you're just on principle hanging on to something that is a dead horse, you gotta know when to cut your losses, people. And when you do cut your losses, please listen to the first 5 points of this so when you do find a new company to work with or to work for or to invest in, at least you know who to choose so you don't make the same mistakes again. Berel Solomon coming to a social media platform near you. God bless. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you for watching.